Next up, our next speaker is someone who doesn't just measure data, he motivates teams to master it. Christian Zach Robles is a reporting senior manager at Corn Ferry and a leading force behind reporting excellence in one of the world's top organizational consulting firms. Zach's journey spans analytics leadership, dashboard innovation, and mentoring Power BI talent across roles in BPO, HR, and consulting. At Foundever, he revolutionized reporting frameworks and co-led a Baguio analytics team to success. Today at Corn Ferry, he's leading a reporting center of excellence that aligns metrics with strategy and human performance. Ladies and gentlemen, to wow us with some Power BI tips and tricks, Power BI Pilipinas moderator, Oppa BI, Zach.
All right. So actually, originally have 45 minutes, but according to Sir Tony, I have 25 to 30. So I will do this real quick. So and also I'm down to two. Should we say tips for today? So our agenda is number one, using data dictionary in renaming tables. And for number two, it's grouping or segmenting numbers using different tricks. Um, has anyone used data dictionary or created data dictionary to rename columns? You can raise you can use some emoticons. But okay, let's proceed to that. And okay, so here's a sample data dictionary from the uh, Massachusetts data challenge from Maven Analytics. Hold on, let me check if I can share their link. And okay, as you can see here, I think this is the one, the data set. You can download the data if you want. Here are some sample. I think this is the well anyway. Oh, this one. There you go. This is yeah, and you can see the download here. And also I think our DSA has shared this, or the AP has shared this challenge to the community as well. So you can download the data directly. So now going back to uh, uh, Power BI. So this is the original data that it contains. It has three columns. And I created another one, this one. So if I select this and just add it in here, let me squeeze it in here. So I added a column to contain header name as the column name, and which gives more context to what is already is listed in the data. So we have field and header name, and we will use that to um, rename this column. So let's start by, let's say, I'll right click in here and insert step after. So what I just wanted to do is like create a starting point. So I'll just rename this and say, I would call this old column, let's say starting point. Okay. And then after that, I'll insert another step, and then I'll go here, watch closely. I'm beside the equals symbol. I'll use a table that column names in here, and then I'll press shift down, then open parentheses, and it will automatically uh, include the starting point inside the parentheses. So I'll press enter after clicking at the end, and there you go. You have the the list of column names. So I'll rename this to, let's say, old call names. Okay. Now, from here, I'll add another step, and I'll remove this one, and I'll just press the pound symbol. I'll look for the dictionary, which is this one. And there you go. I have called the dictionary inside the FCT encounters table. So what I will do now, since I'm renaming the encounters table, I'll filter, okay, encounters. There you go. And then I'll simply remove other columns. Now I'll add another step in here. And then, as usual, I'll go just beside the equal symbol, table dot to list. Shift down, then press open parentheses, go to the end of the formula and then press enter. And there you go. It's converted into another list, but this time this is the new column names. Now, I'll add another step. And in here, I'll use list dot zip. Okay. Now, sorry about that. But anyway, I can continue with that and then use the open braces symbol. Then call the old column names. Sorry. Close brace and then close parentheses. There you go. And that's it. Now it's converted into a group of lists, a table of lists. And then let me rename that. This is for header rename. Now for the final step, I'll add another step in here. And then I'll hold on. Okay, there you go. Go in here, then type table. Oops. That rename columns. Let's open it. Then I'll just go back to our starting point, comma, use the for header name and press enter. And there you go. Like magic. You know what's good about this is we can also create a function to automate everything so that the next time I mean, the renaming of the steps and the formulas can be automated as well. But that is for another tips and tricks. But I hope you um, get the all the steps. And do you want to try it one more time, or do you want me to proceed to another tip and tricks?
Another tip now or do it again? Guys.
We can do it again here if you want. Since we
Or
still have time,
next
I think
next
I'm
tip or
doing
tricks.
fast. How many minutes does it take? Okay. Okay, just one quick, just to for you to memorize the steps. So again, let's insert another step. Call this starting point. So as you can see, it's repeatable, right? So the purpose of having a data dictionary does not only provide glossary or like definition of the column names, but you can actually use it to rename your column. So isn't that great? And then insert another step. Again, go in here, table dot column names, shift down, open parenthesis, go to the end, press enter. There you go. You have a list. Okay, then add another step. I won't rename it this time so that we can move faster. I'll call the dictionary, the table of the dictionary here. So this is the dictionary table if you have loaded it using Power Query. Okay, so going back here, now we have here the table. We'll filter this time using procedures. Okay, now this row 1 is the definition for the table itself. So I guess this is a good way to show you that you can filter null because that is not a column name. That is a table name. Now what we only have right now are the real field names. So now we can definitely use this to for the renaming of the column. So now we can actually remove other columns. Then again, add one more step in here. And then reconvert the table, sorry about that, to list, shift down, go to the end, press enter. Now it's already a list. Add one more step. Okay, there you go. In this time, we will be creating what we call for the for header renaming. So what we will use is the list that zip. Now the tip here is for any list, we know that it is like using braces. As you can see, as you can use the data table function in uh, what do you call this? In the DAX in DAX, you can use you can actually use um, open and close braces. So use custom 1 and then custom 3. Just make sure that braces and open parentheses are all closed here. Then you now have the working uh, uh, set of list names, I mean header names. Now the final step is to add another step, which is to table dot rename columns. Okay. Then we'll call custom, I will call the starting point, comma, then close it in here and press enter. And there you go. You have all the headers renamed using our data dictionary. So that's for our tip number 1. Any questions before I move in to the next tip? Oh, by the way, you can actually use directly the data dictionary without extracting the original header name of the table of the FCT encounters, for example. But the caveat is that you are very sure that they have the same number of columns, the same um, column names, and of course, um, everything should match with the data dictionary when it comes to the field column. So just be careful because it will rename header names, but it might rename a different column because let's say if it's not arranged as the same in the data dictionary, the column headers. So be careful with that. Okay, so I hope you got that so that you can use that on your, oh, sorry about that. Next, close this one, hold on. Next projects, oops, sorry. Now let me, there you go. So now we're done with the data dictionary. We're going to grouping, tiering, or segmenting numbers. So I will not be covering how we can, for example, group age using the group function here. I believe you all knew this one. You can use bin. and identify how many size of bins you need. Let's say, for example, 10, and then just press OK, for example, then you would have the bin sizes available for you. So we can actually, let's try that in here. Okay, so you have that uh, group of 10 for each age in the age values. Also, before I move forward, I'll create a measure table. So I hope you are familiar with the measure table. So we normally use this measure table so that it wouldn't look messy when we are writing DAX measures. So we can actually create folders inside and make it look uh, a little neater than just creating measures inside every table that we have. So again, there's a lot of ways to do this since we are focusing into arrays or list. I'll use the open brace and then just put in 0. And there you go. Then I will have my own measures table in here. Just a tip, I added the pound sign in the beginning so that it will be always on top of my tables list here in the data pane. All right, so I can now write, for example, measures. So let me just do a simple count, for example, total encounter count, for example, is equal to count. Okay, there you go. And then what do I need? Encounter ID. And there you go. So I can add here my encounter ID, for example. There you go. And then let's say this is my uh, meaning. So I told earlier that I wouldn't discuss this, but then hey, here it is. So this is the usual way that we do binning or grouping or segmenting or making tiers for numbers. So, but some of the other common ways is using nested ifs. So let's say we create this by creating new column. So the first one would be, of course, we need to study the data. And if we look into the data before we create this, um, you can actually list the age that you have in here. So do not summarize. There you go. And you have your all your data. So it's from 20 to 99. So something like that. And so if I would write, I'll just show it in here so that I can do this faster. This is normally what other people do, right? I mean, most people do. So this is the nested if solution. So you have here your first if, then first condition, and then your else would be starting from here. So this is actually like else if condition. And so it is so nested that the disadvantage of using this is, for example, I want to write a grouping based on a spacing of 5, like 5, 10, 15, 20, up to 100. So that would be very, very long. And I will also edit each and every one in here. Like yeah, I can copy this, but definitely I would edit the starting value, the ending value, and then this condition, the name of the group. So it takes a lot of time writing nested ifs and editing, especially if you decided that in, let's say, midway your analysis, you say, oh, I think the gap, the 10-year gap is not good. I will adjust it to 5. So imagine the time that you need to edit everything in here. So that's not a good way to um, create your grouping or segmentation. Now, there's another way, which is what we call switch through. So I'm using here the age group here. Let me change this one and add it in here. There you go. And let me add one more. new measure so that we can create something like a total encounter claim cost. So it's equal to sum and then cost. Okay, this one. And there you go. So we now have two measures. So I can, for example, remove this, or I can add this actually in here. There you go. So just remove this one. So now this is the um, total encounter claim cost based on the age grouping. So yeah, you can see here that for this particular hospital, the age 81 to 100 are the ones who are paying more for their hospital, should we say, encounters or needs. Okay, so showing the solution using the switch through. It's basically the same, but we don't have that so many open and closed parentheses. And the condition by which switch means or evaluates that for anything that is true for the condition below, it will return the value assigned to it. So let's say if the age is blank, then it will show missing age value. If it is less than zero, that of course there's no age that is negative. But if your data contains one, then it will flag it and it would show age is a negative value. Then you have this condition that if it's greater than or equal to zero up to 20, and up to the rest, it will show those values in here as their return value for the age group for the column calculation that we have created. So let's take a quick look on that for the FCT encounters in here. There you go. So as you can see, the age is 87, depending on the group. So by ifs and by age switch through, it's the same. For age group by math and age tier, they're also the same. But let's go with that one by one. We'll move to using math formula. So this is just basically a basic math formula. And let me check my time. Okay, still have how many minutes do still have? Sorry, I
Five,
forgot.
4 minutes, sir.
4 minutes. Okay, I'll just show the formula, and anyway, I'll show you how to do it next time. But here, you let's say I want to group it by five. So when I add it in here, it would look like this. There you go. And then I'll sort this using age group by math, and then another sort for let's say ascending. There you go. So from 20 to 25. And remember, we saw that from 80 to 100, that is the group that is paying more for their hospital needs. But actually, though, the 85 to 90 group are the ones who are really spending a lot. So um, this is the reason why sometimes it's better to use mathematical solution for grouping, because it's as easy as like changing this group number into 10, for example. Hold on. And then let me apply that. And there you go. It's automatic. So imagine editing your switch through conditions like, for example, 20 rows. That would eat like probably your 5 to 10 minutes of your time, probably more, or if you made a mistake. But if you're using something that is like math based, so I would say this simplifies everything, and then you can do something better. Now this is really good for integers, but what if let's say I would want to group um, value. So normally I would use a data table like for this one. So the condition for the data table is that I created this tier table. So this is the easy part actually. All you need to do is just replace or remove or add anything in here that you think is a part of your condition. So what will happen is that this one up to this one is should we say as a case for a value, then 0 to 5, 5 to 10, and so on and so forth is the condition. So if you need to remove something, you can actually like remove this part, and then it will automatically generate again the data table, and it will automatically calculate the maximum because that is the minimum. Okay, let's go back to that because that is the minimum. There you go. This one. So I use double because this is actually intended for dollar values. But in here, we have used, it can be replaced by integer if you want. And then you calculate the max value by using, for example, a variable max result. So you calculate the minimum of the tier min column and filter tier table wherein tier min should be greater than earlier value. So definitely you would get the max result. So if you're on row, let's say 0 for the value of min, then definitely you get the next value, which is 5 for the maximum. And if it's blank, it will give you the maximum value of 1 to the exponent of 50. To just to simplify the value, writing 100 or 50 followed by 50 zeros. There you go. And then lastly, the formula for writing the tier. First, we have conditions in here so that it would write in thousands, in millions. You could also add in billions, or and for integers or zeros, you could like this one, it would write integer and here for thousands. Same with the maximum and this one, the tier. Also, we have here one more variable, which is the currency code. You can add in here, for example, if it's let's say a dollar value, then you can add it in here. So now let's leave it blank, and then we have now here, yeah, the how one final step, of course. When we go here, we actually would add a calculated column, and this is the formula. So for all the values in the tier table, we filter it by checking the condition for tier minimum and of course the tier maximum. So it should be less than, I mean, it should be uh, the age should be less than tier minimum, and uh, the age, I mean, hold on, yeah, sorry about that. So the age should be less than or equal to tier max for here. So and this one is in reverse, so the tier minimum should, I mean, the age should be greater than tier minimum. So that's the condition for it. And then there you go. When you check the values in here, you'll have that value for age tier. So what's good is you have this um, for math, we have here the ABCD2 and here in the age tier. So it's also, but this is in reverse for the age tier. So you can do changes and reverse the value so that 85 would probably be around letter T, I guess, something like that. Okay, so one more thing to change for that calculation in the tier table in here. For example, in here, the tier, when we add what I mentioned earlier, the dollar in here, and press this one, when we go back to the grouping in here, you can see that it became a dollar to dollar 15 to dollar 20. So um, that's one also advantage of this approach. It can be automated as well. Of course, the mathematical solution can also be modified to include a currency. So those are some of the things that I think would be something advanced when you create some tiering in your solution. But basically, especially with dollar banding, if you're creating sales related reports. Sometimes you need to do those dollar bandings or segmentation so that you would find where is the ones that are that should be given the focus for any decision makers. So I hope my solution for creating groups, tiers, and or segmenting numbers may be useful for all of you in the future. If you have questions right now, I'm open to answer them.
Thanks. Questions from anyone? For anyone in Teams, feel free to unmute or type your questions. For anyone here in One Ayala, feel free as well to just raise your hand, and then I'll throw the mic to you with all of my strengths. Questions for Zach. So yeah, very interesting. I like how you showed multiple ways to do pretty much one thing, right?
Mhm.
Different paths.
There are more
Y-
actually, but I think these are the most, should we
there
say,
are.
easiest and a better way, a better approach.
Yep. You can add in a reference table, a lookup table that you can
Agree,
hook up
agree.
to, and then bin from there. We have a question from chat. Zach.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be happy to share the PBIX files, but please allow me to polish the files because actually what happened to earlier, my personal laptop did crash. I encountered the BSOD and I haven't recovered from it. So I need to replace the memory of the computer. And also I would like to probably add some comments so that it would be easier for you to understand the formula. And yeah, I will organize the everything in a folder so that when you extract it in your computer, just make sure to follow the instruction, and then everything will be connected correctly. So you do not need to change the path for each files that were um, loaded into this Power BI presentation.
Yeah. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, Zach has not recovered the files, nor has he recovered emotionally from the crashing laptop.
Yeah.
Um, by the way, Zach has been pretty humble, but please follow the Oppa BI Facebook page. That's his. I think it's very new, and I'm not sure
Mhm.
if you already have content in it, but yeah, that's the reason why I've been saying Oppa BI. Apart
Yeah, actually
from
starting
Oppa rin naman
August,
si
I will
Christian.
have my YouTube site. I'm actually
Yeah.
working a lot of things around it. So, but I'm known also as Zach Robles on our Power BI Pilipinas community. So I posted a lot of sample visuals. So you can check. Please do check our community page because it contains a lot of stuff from all the presenters here and also from other members of the community.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you so much. I'm
Thanks.
stopping sharing now.